Welcome to Much Ado About Nothing presents Six Divisions in 6 weeks. NBA preview, Central Division. Thank you for joining me again this week. Let's introduce my guests for today. As usual, Didge.
How's it going? It's good to be here. Happy to talk the Central Division.
Well, that's right. Forgot about that. No. And we got Prime.
What's good, everybody? Happy to be back and happy for my man Didge. Get to talk about his boys today. So, yeah. Let's get it.
That's right. He is a Kings fan. You can tell, right?
Let's just get it correct, just so that everyone knows immediately.
If you were paying attention, this should not be the Kings today, obviously.
That is also true. If you think the Kings play in the Central, you should watch a little bit more basketball.
Fair enough. Then we got our last dude here, Nixon Six. What's up?
What's going on? Glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, as always.
My man.
All right, let's get started. So we'll be discussing the Central Division, home of Dig's favorite squad, but that's not where we're starting. We're gonna start his favorite city, Chicago.
It's not my favorite city.
No? Oh, I was completely misled.
I don't mind Chicago as a city, but it's not my favorite.
I know it's not your favorite. It shouldn't be. It's like a rival city right down over there. More or less.
Yeah, in a sense. I mean sports-wise for sure.
That's what I mean, yeah.
Yeah, sports-wise for sure, obviously.
Yeah. I can tell that. Anyway, so we're going to start off with the Chicago Bulls. Yeah, I mean, look, I don't hate the team. I'm just. This is very much a rebuild year for them. They've finally gotten off most of their big salary guys, aside from Vucevic, which they're kind of holding on to because really no one else wants that contract. But I'm sure they'll try to find. I mean, it's not terrible. It's not great by any means, but they probably would have gotten rid of him already if it was easy to move. I'm sure they'll find a buyer by the trade deadline.
Oh, it's not crazy. 3 years, $60 million. How many is left?
But it's still 3 years.
No, this is the last year on it.
Oh, is it? Good
Yeah.
shit. Then there's definitely going to find a buyer for it this soon. So yeah, I don't expect him to make the whole season, but definitely the starter as of right now for Chicago. Let's go over the starters. Starters as of right now is newly signed, officially 4 year. I forget exactly what he means. But Josh Giddey got paid. I don't know if he got exactly what he wanted, but he did get at least very close. And he held out for as long as he could, and they got it done for him. Josh Giddey remains a starting point guard. You still have Kobe White. You have Isaac Okoro, who they traded for during the summer. And Matas Buzelis, who will be going into his sophomore year. Had an okay rookie year. Has a lot of upside, 6'10" dude from actually Illinois, funny enough. I think he is from Chicago, but he's from his parents from Lithuania. The returning reserves, Ayo Dosunmu, who I really like. He got hurt last year. I think he can be a nice piece for a team, maybe Chicago, maybe for another team. We'll see. Patrick Williams, in my opinion, has been kind of a disappointment up to this point. He has his moments, but I never understood re-signing him like they did. I think it was last year, and I'm like, you're gonna just should let him go at this point if you're not gonna start him. That's how I felt. Kevin Huerter has been a nice, solid wing for them. Trey Jones and Zach Collins, who both came from San Antonio last year, they traded for them. They actually had really good years for Chicago before them getting hurt and shit. But they had actually really good years with them. So maybe that continues into this year. Jalen Smith, I always liked him. I liked him coming out of college. He's kind of been a little bit of a disappointment so far, though. Julian Phillips, I know they like him, but still trying to work his way into the rotation. Dalen Terry, same with Dalen Terry. I know they like him, but for how long? Javon Carter, I know they paid they took him from Milwaukee. They haven't really used him that much, so he's kind of like rotting there on the bench. He'll play, here and there. Manuel Willard returns on a two-way. Then you have some new additions here, mostly young guys. Noah Singley, that was their rookie that they drafted. Yuki Kawamura, who is a passing demon. This Japanese dude is actually really good. He was in the Memphis Grizzlies last year. He's a little, but he's very short also. But he's a very good passer, very very good. And then they also brought in Lachlan Ulbrich. Don't really know him that well. We'll find out. And then again, I don't love it. They're basically just rebuilding, and they're kind of going through the motions right now. They got their point guard of the future at the very least for now. Kobe White, I'm sure they're going to probably either dangle him out and try to upgrade somewhere else, or maybe they re-sign him. But I don't know if that's in the cards. We'll see. Okoro was a nice piece because he definitely differentiates their team because he's a defender. Again, Brazil's high upside, and we'll see. Again, they're very much a question mark. I don't expect them to be much of a playoff team, but as we'll go down, maybe I'll have a better idea. Let's see what I do. But while I do that, talking about the Chicago Bulls.
So funny enough, this is probably the team that I know the second best, like just in our division. Obviously, the first is the Bucks, but just I went to school in Illinois, so like I have so many friends who are fans of the Bulls, and so when you're talking sports, obviously as much as I talk about the Bucks, they're talking the Bulls, and already this year, their biggest thing just from talking to all of them has been a lot of the problems that they saw last year don't seem like they got fixed in the offseason. And it's sort of evidenced in their first few preseason games. Mm-hmm. Specifically, we were talking after the one they played against us, and they made a run at the end of that game, but it sort of showcased what they were kind of, I guess it's emblematic of the Billy Donovan era overall. They get out to like very huge, like they're down a lot, and then they don't get to the line a lot. So you can see that he hasn't really changed that. And I don't know if it's like something that he just can't change, but he's not having them essentially be aggressive enough, I guess you would say. And so when you look at, well, what are the Bulls going to be? What is their identity? It seems like it's more of the same. Right. Now, one of the other things that I know I've been hearing is that Kobe White is more likely to be traded than re-signed.
So I figured.
Just because, like you said, it is very much a rebuild. It is very much a team looking for their identity. But everything's kind of up in the air. And I think, I can't remember how many games they won last year. They might have been like flirting with the play-in.
39.
So yeah, that's very much flirting with the play-in in the East.
Yeah, that's kind of again this year, honestly.
I was just gonna say that's probably right around where they'll be again this year, just because one, there are a couple teams that are kind of coming into this season very much hampered, but I don't know without making significant moves if we could expect them to be any better than that. Like they may have less than 39 wins this year.
Yeah, I mean you're right. They didn't like what did they do? Besides Okoro, they didn't do anything.
It's really interesting because it's like they kind of went the same route as the Cavs, right? Didn't really do much, but that doesn't make sense with a roster that didn't succeed last year.
Right. I mean, we gave Cavs shit, and then they ended up getting number one in the East.
Right. Right.
This is
but
different.
Even still, the year before that, the Cavs were a playoffs team that year. Like
They
were at least a playoff team and didn't do anything and said, well, we think it's coaching. They didn't even get rid of their coach. Like they brought everything back.
They really did. They're running it back for some reason. But this is why I do believe like Kobe White, Vucevic will probably be on their way out in some capacity. So they can try to get younger or maybe try to get picks and just build off of the current building blocks, which is like Vucevic and Giddey. I think they got to get rid of Williams. Maybe they also dangled Dosunmu. I like Dosunmu. I mean,
it depends on what kind of package you get or who you're looking for in return for like a Kobe White or a Vucevic. I feel like they get dangled into that, whatever package happens in one of those trades.
Yeah, probably. Prime, what you think about the Chicago Bulls?
Not much at all. I never think about the Chicago Bulls. Trash. Look, I have no problem with the Blackhawks. I have no problem with the Cubs, the White Sox, Chicago Sky. none of those. But I can't stand the Chicago Bulls.
He's cool with the Bears.
You think about it, you understand why. And give me a lifetime of a lot of hurt. But nah, man, I think Billy Donovan is gonna have his hands full with this one. I mean, I know they're not expecting much. They just gave Billy Donovan some money, so they understand what they got going on over there, and that's going to be a process because they wouldn't have given Billy that extension. You know what I'm saying? If they didn't know what they were already up against. But I agree with you guys. You guys hit it dead on as far as Kobe White, especially about the trade situation. I think he's due about 12. I think I saw like 12.8 million this year. And then and it'll be interesting to see if they can find somebody and hopefully something that works out for him because that team's got to think about it too because he's due to be an unrestricted free agent.
Mm-hmm.
So he's unrestricted. So, but man, it's not a whole lot going here. I mean, you signed Giddey back, signed Josh Giddey, you got Kobe White. I think they're expecting more of a uptick in production from Buzelis or whatever. I think they're looking for him to make a leap, this season here, and she's still a very young guy. I do like Isaac Okoro. That was, I think, if because he came in with the trade, the Lonzo trade.
Right, exactly.
I think Okoro's solid, especially I can compare him player to player, but Lonzo has a lot of time for him.
Very different players. He fits a role.
But I like Isaac. I like Kobe. Not I like about Chicago, but I mean most of those guys. I'd definitely be cool if Kobe White moves on. But while he's there, expect him to play fast. You mentioned Dasanumu, however you pronounce it. Only thing I can't pronounce his name. I know he's a hell of a defender though, and
he's good.
Like him can always play for me. So they're going to get defense when he's on the court. Other than that, not much. They won 39 games. I would not be surprised if they fell under that by a couple of games. I really wouldn't. But this organization knows what it's up against. They know what the expectations are. They know that they've got an uphill battle to climb. I think they're ready to make those moves necessary to make them competitive and give Billy Donovan what he wants. But I don't expect much anything from him this year.
Yeah, I agree. I like a lot of their pieces. I just don't know if I like it all together.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. Juwan, what do you think about the Bulls?
Absolutely nothing.
My man.
I'm 100% convinced that Billy Donovan has dirt on somebody. No way you re-sign him to that deal. Knowing that you're going from a team that, I think when they had DeRozan and Levine, they were making like the 8th seed. And now it's kind of just like I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I know the NBA did it for the Phoenix Suns. I think they might have to do it for the Chicago Bulls. Sometimes I think the NBA does need to intervene and kind of figure out, like, is this self-sabotage? Like, what's going on? You can't be that inept.
Masochist.
Charlotte, Chicago, Phoenix, those are organizations that should be looked into because something's going on.
I mean, their owner is the same owner of the White Sox, so
wow.
Kind of think about what he's doing with his sports teams.
Yeah.
It should be investigated because I think not even trying to be funny, I think what we've seen in the last 10 to 15 years is that saying things like players don't want to play in Minnesota or Chicago or whatever, it's not really a thing. It's more so about, like, if you want to try to lure a free agent there kind of has to be some kind of semblance of, like, where are you going? Like, why do I want to sign there besides you can offer me the most money? You know what I'm saying? Like, can I try to play for something?
The crazy part is, I don't think I've ever heard anyone say players don't want to play in Chicago. Like, if we're talking overall history, that is a storied franchise, obviously.
But here's the thing, Didge. I think it's an unspoken. I think
okay.
For it is the fact that no one seems to want to go there unless you're offering them a massive bag.
That's fair. Yeah, I was going to say.
So it kind of speaks for itself. But I mean, I don't know, man. To me, we've talked about this before. sports are in its best form when the most storied franchises are doing well, right? It just is, right? It just feels special. So for me, it's kind of just like, I mean, I'd be happy if the Bulls ran this kind of roster for the next 50 years, but from
Don't hurt
a
me.
basketball standpoint, you just don't want to see the Bulls continue to look like this, right? 'Cause it's like
I
it's
disagree.
starting to become. Sorry, go ahead, Didge. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm just saying, from a basketball standpoint, I still don't care if they look like this for the next 50 years.
I mean, look. Historically, I'm with Prime. I mean, but if I'm trying to be objective,
Yeah, okay.
It's a storied franchise. I mean,
Yeah.
look, I don't want the Lakers to ever win again, but they just lucked up and got Luka. That's good for the league. You know what I'm saying? When Derrick Rose was at his height for the Bulls, that was good for the league. And I just want these franchises to figure out a way to pull it together, because this is just I mean, you know how like for some of those Miami games, you watch it right after halftime and it looks like nobody's there, but then it starts to fill itself back out. Chicago might look like that all game, where it's just like,
it's so crazy because just actually being in Chicago, the love for the team is still there. Like the people still do go crazy.
I'm sure they still sell out too. You know?
Yeah, but it does. But to Juwan's point, it does feel like so many times when you see the stands during the games that it just looks empty. And I'm like, where are y'all at? Because I've been in the city during a Bulls game, and y'all are the bars are packed. Are y'all just not going to the stadium?
They just ain't paying. They just watch it from here.
Wait, I do have a question for you guys. It's about the Bulls. Before we move on, what happened just recently? I don't mean in like the last 10 years. Within like the last 5 years, where did all their draft capital go? Like, how have they not been able to draft a top 3 player and figure out a way to turn this thing around? Like, what's
let me see. I can probably pull up Bulls draft history. I don't think they've given up picks, have they?
Because let me tell you why I'm asking.
Like somewhere they did.
They gave up picks for Levine. They gave up picks for the Vucevic, but those are a while ago.
I mean, they had their first pick this year. They had their first pick last year. 2023 they didn't have it, but 2022 they did.
Williams is a pick of theirs. Kobe White's a pick of theirs.
Yeah, they just kind of missed on some of these picks.
He's been there a little bit though. He's been there he's been in 6-7 years now though, right? Kobe.
Who's that?
Kobe,
so that goes back a little bit.
Yeah, that's their 2019, but their 2020 pick is Patrick Williams. 2021 they didn't have their pick. Let me see who they traded it to. From Chicago. Oh my God, this go through a couple teams. It must have, because they just show the most recent one on this, like who it came to directly, right. And I just don't see it. But they gave up that pick. 2021 or 2022, they had their pick. Dalen Terry just kind of missed on that pick.
Missed. Were they high picks or low picks though? Like, were they,
Patrick Williams was 4.
I know he was a lottery pick.
Dalen Terry was 18, so it's not like crazy low, but it's yeah. And then obviously, is it Buzelis? I don't know how to pronounce his last name.
Buzelis is a lottery pick.
Yeah, him and their rookie, obviously both lottery picks. So it's like they get their picks more often than not. Like if I'm looking at the past 10 years or so, the only 2 years they didn't have a first round pick are 2021 and 2023.
Right.
It's just those picks aren't. They're bad drafting. They're not like.
Well, the point I was trying to get to is that we've seen 2 regimes of the Bulls that were playoff teams, right? Obviously, Derrick Rose, then obviously Derrick Rose passed that to Jimmy Butler, and then obviously down the line that got passed to Zach and DeMar DeRozan and whatsoever. So I'm kind of like, it's kind of going through the same thing OKC did, except it seems as though they've not done as well with their draft picks, because we've seen OKC go through the Russell, Durant, Harden, then Russell, Durant, then Russell, Paul George, Melo, then nothing, then this, right? So it's like I'm just trying to figure out where they went.
OKC does things very differently though.
Yeah, I think they just bat draft.
Yeah, OKC's next. They have so many picks that even if they get bad picks, you'll never know.
By the way,
They have so many.
their 01 and 2011 pick, or their 2021, sorry, and 2023 pick, both went to the Magic. So in 2021, the Magic got Franz Wagner, and in
Ouch.
20, so that was what pick 7 or 8. I forgot already. And then 2011 or 2023, they got pick 11, and that was Jet Howard. So it's like
Waste.
that one didn't pan out, but
the Franz won't hurt.
Franz definitely hurt. Like that could have been a very good piece that they could have had.
I mean, look, you don't have to explain to me. I know what we gave up to get Melo and what most of those draft picks turned into. So I get it. I'm just trying to figure out at what point do you try to shake the organization up? Right?
Oh yeah, no, that makes sense.
Representation or whatever to try to figure out. What it sounds like is no one that knows basketball is in that organization.
I mean,
sounding like
those 2 picks that they gave up, they got Vucevic and Al-Farouq Aminu. So I mean, they got Vucevic.
Vucevic. Now I remember when they traded for Vucevic.
Yeah, I do remember this trade.
Then they traded away Wendell Carter Jr.
Yeah, that was when they got Wendell Carter, Otto Porter Jr., and then the 2 picks.
That is funny that's the Orlando Magic curse, and it seemingly is a continuation of Shaq. Vucevic was next on that list. It's going to be interesting to see where Paolo ends up. But no, there's really no hope for this franchise. If you're a Chicago Bulls fan, Milwaukee's like right there. I mean, if like need
Ouch.
it. I mean, this is not something, Joel. This is almost.
We've lived through hell for a very long time.
I think, but I do kind of understand where Jawan is coming from and like the hopelessness of it. I do think they could turn it around. Obviously, any team could turn it around, but it's. I think when you look at a team like that's had bad luck for so long, you do almost be like, dang, they must have traded away draft capital. So to go and see like, oh, they've had their draft picks, their first round picks for sure for 8 of the past 10 years, and you just missed on the majority of them. You do kind of get a little bit disappointed, like, dang, what are we doing wrong then? Like, who is our scouts?
Last point I'm going to make, and I'm sorry, Joel, but it's just this franchise is so frustrating. The worst teams in the NBA, right? Like, we think Charlotte. Well, I mean, maybe they can turn around this year, but they are regarded as one of the worst teams in the NBA. They still have LaMelo Ball. You know what I'm saying? It's when Phoenix was god awful. They still had Devin Booker. It's like, how are you this bad and you don't at least have a gym and all that shit you call an organization?
I mean, the Jazz ain't got nobody. Ace Bailey now, but it's like
sure, but I mean, there you go. But
they just got Ace Bailey though. You can't count.
But they weren't too bad. Not too long ago.
True.
Yeah,
that is
wasn't
true.
that long ago.
That is true.
It's just the Ace Bailey, but even still, Didge, we 100% know why Jazz is bad. It's because they haven't taken that organization.
Okay.
At least
they want to be bad.
Know that.
The Jazz want to be bad.
Yes, they want to be bad for reasons I can't fathom. But this
is their process without saying the process. That's what it is.
This feels like Chicago is saying, "Hey, we're trying to build something here," and it's like from that.
We just suck at it.
Look, man, they're trying. Y'all not finna ruin my next time I go to Chicago. So look, they trying.
All right, God bless them.
The next time I go to that city, they not finna pull this up and say, "What is this?"
All right, they're trying. I'm with you, Didge. I don't want to cause any problems. They're trying.
Okay.
All right.
Well, they're not trying hard. I give you that.
This is definitely the beginning of a new rebuild. So I'll give them.
Is it a new rebuild?
Yes, because they just got rid of Levine and DeRozan. They're trying to get rid of Vucevic.
I feel like they was rebuilding through that.
No, that you can't. How is that a rebuild? All the money they paid them guys.
They were hoping they could fast track. That's why.
That was different. That's not. I don't know if they're gonna go free agent hunting this time or they're gonna go through the draft. Obviously, the draft hasn't worked out, so maybe that's what they have to do.
I need to
or trades.
Maybe, if you go free agent hunting and a big name player signs there, that should be Pablo's next investigation because that nigga ain't just signing the play. He's signing something in his name over there. I'm just saying.
Sometimes you just gotta take a chance. You never know what you.
I know a hometown player might want to come home.
Happens.
Amen. You're right.
I mean, look at Brunson. And then we got Julius turned out to be. He became an all-star, and then Jim Brunson came and signed, and he became an all-star. You know what I mean?
Hey, hold on.
That's luck.
Don't remind me of dark days, dog. We up,
bro. Mama, we're talking about dark days in Chicago. I'm like, there is a light somewhere, sometime.
Right.
You know.
All right, but they don't need that kind of hope. Relax.
I agree. They've
had their championship. They had fucking 6. They could rotten for another 50 for all I care. But
we're here to celebrate the Milwaukee Bucks, Joel. That's what we're here to do today. Stop trying to help Chicago out.
Well, we can move on from Chicago. I think they've got enough bashing for the Let's move on to the Cleveland Cavaliers, the number 1 seed from last year. Let's look at this squad as currently constructed. The projected starters as of today, I got Donovan Mitchell, Sam Merrill, DeAndre Hunter, Evan Mobley, Jared Allen. The reserves returning, obviously Darius Garland and Max Strus are both injured currently. I'm not sure when they're going to be back, but
I'm pretty sure both are day to day. No, Garland is out. Garland is out.
So's Strus. He's out.
I thought they were both day to day.
No,
all right, let me look and see.
Yeah, double check that, but I'm pretty sure they're both going to be out for a little bit. Garland might be back sooner, honestly. I'm not really sure. They traded for Lonzo Ball. That was a nice pickup. I just saw that Lonzo will be coming off the bench because they'll be on some type of minute restriction. Whatever, cool. Dean Wade, Jalen Tyson, who looks like they plan on getting him more minutes this year. Craig Porter Jr., Luke Travers, and Naquan Tomlin on the 2-ways. And the new additions, Larry Nance Jr. and rookie Tyrese Proctor. Again, nothing crazy, nothing really major. It's basically the same squad from last year, just more, again, injured. They're still injured, if anything, because they were injured last year. I don't know. It really depends on how long it takes for Garland and Strus to get healthy. Because I think this starting 5 should be able to hold down for now. Obviously, they still have Mitchell. The Hunter was a 6-man of the year candidate basically all year. Number 1, number 2, all right there all year. Now that he's starting, he's not a bad starter. Evan Mobley, everyone expects him to be a fucking superstar, so he better fucking show it. Jared Allen, solid big man. We'll see if he becomes trade bait, especially if they don't really make any noise, especially if they come out starting slow. But yeah, I like the addition of Lonzo Ball to bench. But they're going to be where they are. They got Larry Nance. I think that's a nice big man addition. They didn't really have much of a big man at all coming off the bench. I think they had Tristan Thompson, and they use Dean Wade sometimes as a big man. But at least Larry Nance can play some big man minutes. So that was a nice pickup for them. They're really relying on some of the young guys to step up. Craig Porter Jr. is pretty good. I like what I've seen out of him. But to me, it really comes down to this is definitely going to be a playoff team. It really comes down to when Garland and Strus come back. And if they can be 100% healthy for the playoffs, never a team you should sleep with. They were definitely a struggle last year. So, Joel, why don't you start with the Cavaliers? Let me know. What you think?
Joel, you remember this because we had a conversation about this because I remember when it was the big talk. Remember when the talk was Evan Mobley's better than Julius Randle? Remember when that conversation was being had? I do. I remember it vividly.
I'm telling you right now, ESPN thinks so.
Yeah, and I can tell you this. I've never seen Evan Mobley be better than Julius Randle. And I think that's partially why they got packed up and sent home the last 2 years is because Donovan Mitchell cannot elevate these guys. And that's not a knock to Donovan Mitchell. That's more of a knock to either these guys' work ethic or coaching, whatever you want to say it is. But last year should have been a prime example of why I kept saying I thought they were fraudulent. I thought they were fraudulent. They had a Peyton Manning season is pretty much what they had. Beautiful during the regular season, come postseason, whatever you want to say, whether it was injuries, no problem. Not here to argue that. For me, they did not do anything to make things better unless you get more out of Mobley. You got to get more out of Mobley. When these guys start to get healthy, again, I'm not going to be able to tell what this team is by the regular season because we saw the mountaintop last year, and it got them nowhere. So for me, it's all about, can you see an evolution in the players that they do have, so that by the time they head to the postseason, they can start making moves. Because I'm going to tell you this right now. If it falls to where Detroit has to play Cleveland, I'm taking Detroit every day of the week. Every day of the week.
For the record, ESPN has him ranked for this season 13. Top 100 is 13. Just saying.
Where's Julius Randle?
He is 42.
Yeah, see, I don't know how you explain that. Like, I don't know how you explain that, man. Anyway, we're not here for that. I still think they're exactly the same thing that they were last year. If you want to tell me, Juwan, they were healthy, they could have beaten the Pacers, no problem. Not here to argue that because that's a what-if game. No problem. Have that argument by yourself. I'm just saying, unless Mobley can take a step up, this team will do exactly what they did last year, especially with some of those other teams getting better another year. Yeah, no. They're going to get packed up and shipped home, same as last year. Same as the last 2 years. Sorry. Oh, last 3 years. I'm sorry. I forgot. That first year, we shipped them up and packed them home. I forgot that. Correct. Sorry. My mistake. No. Last 3 years. So
that wasn't that long ago. Nope.
Yeah.
Prime, talk to me about the Cavaliers.
Well, the real question, do they win 64 games again? They're going to win a lot of games. Barring anything crazy, they're going to win a lot of basketball games as presently constructed. But, similar to what Juwan was talking about, when we get in these playoffs, how much is that is still in their minds for players, especially, your superstar and Donovan Mitchell. There's no way that you cannot forget that you won one game against the Indiana Pacers after dominating everybody the entire season. Now, they may benefit, when Juwan was talking about them getting packed up. It's just a matter of when, if it were to happen, because now they may benefit, of course, just like the rest of us in the East, as far as injuries, right? Players will not be playing this coming season. So maybe that buys them another round. I don't know if it will or they won't. But how much does everything that happened last year, after just rolling through everybody, how much does that sit on the players' minds that are still there? Now I don't think any of the departures were really that bad, even though Ty Jerome, and you were talking about DeAndre Hunter, in the 6-man can. Ty Jerome, top three, 6-man, I think last year, 6-man category. He was up there. Yeah. So that's gonna hurt a little bit. He played some quality minutes. He did some good things, while he was playoff. Yeah. But yeah, man. I mean, I don't know, man. I just don't know. I just want to see where their heads are. You can't dominate the way they did and just come out the way they did. If they had lost, okay, let's just say they got in that series last year and just lost the series and they won, 3 games ago. Okay, all right. It is what it is. They won one game against the Indiana Pacers, man. And I think they were feeling good, feeling pretty good after the first round because they beat the brakes out of, lowly Miami at that time, right? But they looked terrible, man. I don't know what's going to happen. Jared Allen's going to be a nice piece for somebody if they decide to move him. They may not, though, because probably in their minds, at least the organization upstairs, they're probably thinking, this is, at least this season, we got to go take this thing all the way as presently constructed. Unless we're getting an offer that we just can't refuse, right? Mm-hmm. But there's no way they can be that same team come playoff time. If you think about, this is the only other team other than OKC that had single-digit losses at home. The only other team in the entire NBA. So, I don't know, man. I don't know what to think about this team. I hope I really ain't trying to think about them too much. We got them Christmas, right? Is it Christmas?
Is it Christmas? I forget.
I'm trying to think Christmas. We start the season against Cleveland.
Yeah, we start season.
Yeah, so
I don't remember Christmas.
I am.
It is.
It is Cleveland again.
That's what I thought. Now, I am anxious. If there's anything I am anxious to see is, how much time Tyrese Proctor gets on the court, though. I like Tyrese.
Yeah, he might.
He's a good player. I know it's one of those guys who better play right away or they move him, how they work him in. But I'm very anxious to see, how he when he gets on the court, how much.
Right. I think he'll get the minutes, or he'll definitely get some burn because you got Garland out, you got Strus out. Lonzo Ball is going to be on some type of restriction. He'll definitely get some minutes in there with Craig Porter Jr. or something.
Yeah, and I do like and I don't know how I got over that. I do like Lonzo for this team. I will say that. When you're coming, they could have used this defensively last year when they were getting the breaks beat off of them. Getting sent home. They could have definitely used Lonzo defensively. One of the better two-way players in our game today. They definitely could have used him.
Healthy Lonzo and Donovan Mitchell's not a bad backcourt.
Not bad at all.
Not at all. Not at all. But, that's Lonzo. We got to see, can he stay healthy? That's the biggest.
I was getting ready to say 64 games is probably a stretch again, but then again, I kind of answered my own question earlier. I don't know, again, because a lot of the things that's happened in the East. Guys who won't be on the court and some other things that's happened to other teams. So I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say another 64 is not in it. But
if they come out slow, I would not be surprised if they dangle Jared Allen out there for trade. Mainly because look at that fucking salary. They can get some of that lowered. That would be nice. Especially if you're like, what's the point of paying all these guys if we're not playing to expectations? Obviously that's not enough. They're definitely going to do it if they get bust out in the playoffs again. So might as well maybe they'll do it early depending on how slow a start they got, if they have a slow start.
Yeah.
But we'll see. But that's Cleveland. Fellas, tell me.
You guys pretty much hit everything that I was going to talk about. Jared Allen is the one that seems to be the biggest trade bait right now. So it's going to be interesting to see if he makes it to, the deadline or if it's this is just his last year there type of deal. But regular season for them kind of doesn't mean much to me, like Juwan was saying, because we've seen that they can do it in the regular season. Now we just need to see, can they do it when it actually matters?
Right.
Like regular season champions don't mean much.
They do not. And it's been 3 years now. Right? 3 years now they've been bounced early.
Yeah, that sounds right.
And then they had the best record last year. It didn't mean really much. They got to the second round at least. That's why it's really like it really depends on how slow it starts and how long these fuckers take to come back from injury.
Yeah, neither of them have a dedicated timeline. Garland's injury was reported about 4 months ago, and they said 4 to 5 months. So theoretically, if he's still the report said he was still in his timeline. I know they said that he was they said he was doing drills like 5-on-5s and everything. Strus also was probably about 3-4 months ago. They didn't necessarily give a timeline for that one. But according to whatever their internal timeline is, the latest report on Media Day was that he's still on schedule. So that doesn't really mean much because we don't really know what that schedule is.
Right, we don't know the schedule. So it's all mystery from here. That did hurt though when I saw Strus got hurt on top of the fact that we didn't know if Garland was going to make it for opening night.
Yeah. So yeah, he's definitely not going to make opening night, but whether or not he'll be back next week or the week after, or it doesn't sound as if it's going to go beyond December.
Okay, well, that's good for that.
Unless there's a setback, of course.
Yeah, because I think to fully see what they got, they need both back for sure.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. Anyway, let's move on from Cleveland. That was a nice discussion. Let's move on to the Detroit Pistons. Damn. All right. So this team, they gave us a run for our money last year. They had actually really good season. Unfortunately, they had a little bit of a mishap today. So I'll go into it when we get there. As of right now, my projected starters are Cade Cunningham, Duncan Robinson, Asar Thompson, Tobias Harris, Jalen Duren. Returning reserves, the injured Jaden Ivey. Apparently, he did have some type of procedure recently, which is going to keep him out for another 4 weeks. So he's going to miss opening night. He's going to miss about a month. So unfortunately, he's not healthy to start the season. But again, only a month. He should be back soon. Hopefully, there's no setbacks. It's unfortunate because they were at full strength with him there, and look, he started putting it on last year. They finally looked really good together, all of them. And I still never really loved him and Cade together in the backcourt, but here or there, I think they deserve a chance to prove that they can work together, especially in the playoffs. But let's see if Jaden can get healthy first. You got Isaiah Stewart, you got Ron Holland II, you got Marcus Sasser, Paul Reed, Bobby Clinton, two-way players Dennis Jenkins and Tolu Smith. New additions, Karis LeVert, that was a nice pickup. Javonte Green, it's a nice energy guy. Chaz Lanier, who they drafted, and Colby Jones. And obviously Duncan is also a new addition who they traded for from Miami. Sniper, big sniper, I think he's like 6'8". Big boy. Anyway, Detroit had a hell of a year last year, and I expect them to take that. I don't know about next leap, but I definitely can't see how they're much worse from last year. They may actually be better because they another year older, so they have more time together. A lot of the guys together. Again, hopefully, if they can stay healthy, maybe they do make a bigger leap and maybe a top 4 or 5 team in the East, and that could definitely work for them. They're fucking good. Cade's fucking really, really good. I don't think Tobias is long for this team anyway. I think at the very end he'll end up being a trade piece or whatever, but he has been a solid vet for them. Even last year he had a pretty decent year, especially coming off of his year in Philly where it did not work out. But yeah, Detroit. Prime, talk to me about the Pistons.
Now you talk about teams that scare me a little bit. This team scares me. This team does scare me a little bit. I'll be honest with you. A nice mixture of some vets in there, some youth, some 23-year-olds that know they can play basketball. Jaden Ivey, no matter how you feel about Jaden Ivey, before he got hurt, he was really coming on. So if JB find a way to, to continue to mesh that thing and see how they play with Sir Thompson, I think he's going to have a monster year. I think that 3 alone to me is scary enough. How do they rebound from the fact they're not going to have Malik Beasley once playoff time because he was big for this squad.
Yeah,
did a lot of damage. As we definitely know. But this team, the way the East is presently constructed, you mentioned a 4 or 5. I think is very doable. I think it's very doable. If they continue to mesh and believe, that they can take it a step higher. Because think about the way they competed even against the Knicks in the playoffs. Think about what that young talent is thinking right now. Oh, shoot, man, we in there. We in there. A lot of them probably think that they should have won. They should have won that series, right? Let's keep it real.
Yeah.
But you're bringing over another proven ball handler and Karis LeVert, so there's a guy that can take some of the pressure off there.
Yeah, I like Karis.
It's just a team all around. 44 wins last year. I don't think they do any less. Adding more wins to that total is definitely doable. But this is a team to me that can be scary for a lot of teams come playoff time. They do a lot of things really well on both sides of the basketball. So, I think it's another good year. I think it's a really good year for the Detroit Pistons.
I agree. Motor City got themselves a squad. They're tall, long, long.
I don't talk highly about a lot of players that don't play for my squad. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I'll never get on the Trae Young bandwagon, right? I'll never get on that ever. I have Trae Young and some other players. There's just no secret that I've always loved Giannis. But if it's 2 guys, if there's 2 other guys in the National Basketball Association that I really do like who do not play for my team, one is Cade Cunningham. And the other one, well, he's the guy over there in Orlando right now. Cade the real deal, man.
Yeah, I'm happy for him because he came out a little slow, he got hurt. So I was like, all right, is he going to live up to being the number one? He was the number 1 pick, correct? when he came out.
I think so. Yeah.
So I mean, he had a slow start to his career, but hey, he is showing out now. Kid is a fucking baller for a damn sure. Didge, talk to me about the Motor City Pistons.
They look like a really good team. The three things that just from seeing them last year, just hearing obviously talk throughout the Central Division, three things that they probably need to worry about is they're still not a great 3-point shooting team. They have Duncan Robinson, but outside of that, they can't really shoot.
They lost there with Malik. Yeah,
yeah, like they still can't shoot the ball really well, and they turn it over a lot. That's another thing that I think just as you come with age, probably, and as you probably stop being as reckless with the ball. You should theoretically not turn it over as much. And then the other one is just their free throw shooting. We saw many games last year where free throw kind of took them out, leaving out free buckets. So if they can take care of those, I mean, the sky's the limit for this team. I do think, I don't know what's going to go down with this division. I don't think it's as lockstep that it's the Cavaliers that I feel like a lot of people are trying to say going into the year. Mm-hmm. I think there are a couple teams in this division, obviously, who are going to have a lot to say. And they very much are in that conversation.
Yeah, especially in that division, for sure. Cade Cunningham is ranked 12th in ESPN 100. They're right above Evan Mobley. Prodigy, that is, Evan Mobley. Juwan, tell me something about Detroit. Good, I like that. That was very thorough. Right. If he's there, we'll come back to you. Let me say a couple more words about that.
There you go.
Wait, I'm so sorry. Here's the funny thing. I said something, and then you guys responded. So I thought you responded to what I was saying. I didn't realize I was muted. I'm sorry. I'm saying that last year I was big on the Pistons, as Didge knows, and I'm going to continue that this year. I'm actually going to go a step further. I believe in this team so much. I have them a top 4 seed in the East, and I have Cade Cunningham coming in at number 5. If he can stay healthy, number 5 in MVP consideration this season.
All right.
I have him up there because I think he can take that next step. The only player on this team I have zero faith in. Because as I was watching that Knicks Piston series, I'm like, Karl Anthony Towns plays no defense, yet Jalen Duren played as if Cat was Darrelle Revis in his prime or Dennis Rodman in his prime. That man just did nothing. So for me, if you can get him to develop something, this team from top to bottom can be really, 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 really good. And I'll say this because I've been following it a little bit for selfish reasons. I was hoping that the Knicks at some point could maybe skirt in there. Don't think that, because Didge is right. Their problem was 3-point shooting. That Malik Beasley thing is not over. Last time we heard about it, he was not still being looked at, but he wasn't clear. So it's like if that thing does get cleared and the NBA clears him, remember, the Pistons were re-signing him to a deal. I have no reason to believe that would not still happen should they completely clear him. So I'm like, picture this roster adding in Malik Beasley. You know what I'm saying? Again, we don't know how he's going to be because we don't know if he's conditioning, if he's keeping up with himself. We have no idea. We just know he doesn't pay for haircuts. But if he can keep himself, conditioned well and healthy and whatnot, adding him back to this team coming off the bench, I mean, that's, again, I'm not scared as the Knicks. I'm not scared no Pistons, but it's scary. It can be scary out there with these Pistons. So I'm very, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Joel. I'm sorry.
I said they feisty.
Yeah, that's for damn sure. JB has done a really, really, really good job, and I do have a lot of faith in them. Being a team that needs to be talked about more.
Or I can't disagree with that. I do believe Duren. I know you didn't really think he did much, but I think Duren did average a double-double during that playoff series. That's a little something.
Well, they got the ass to sent right home.
I mean, double doubles. That's all you really ask for the guy. I mean, he's a center.
I mean, sure, yeah, okay.
Alrighty. So that's Detroit. I think we all like this team for the most part. Let me see where I had them. I think I had them. Yeah, definitely around in there. Okay. Here we go. Indiana. Well, this team is definitely not the team we were last year for reasons we'll get into in a second. Projected starters for this Indiana squad. Andrew Nembhard, Benedict Mathurin, Aaron Nesmith, Pascal Siakam, and Isaiah Jackson returning from injury. Then you have reserves. Obviously, the biggest injury for Indiana comes from Tyrese Halliburton, who got hurt during the NBA Finals last year, ended up actually costing them, the title. Even though, you never know how things could have played out. But that hurts. He might, I believe he's supposed to be out the whole season. So this really hurts, So because it happened so late in the season, it's going to take a while to recover. So I expect him to be out for that. If that changes, we'll update it. But as of right now, he's expected to be out for the rest of the season. That hurts. Obviously, that is their best player. That is the motor that runs that high octane offense. Is Tyrese Halliburton, and doesn't help that TJ McConnell now is also injured, but I believe it's only for a month. So the past known that TJ McConnell comes off the bench is only about a month, and he should be back. You have Obi Toppin, you have Ben Shepherd, Jarris Walker, Tony Bradley, John Murphy, Ray J. Dennis on the two-way, Quentin Jackson on the two-way, they're all returning. Then you have new reserves. Jay Huff. I actually would not be surprised if Jay Huff competed with Isaiah Jackson and maybe even James Wiseman for the starting spot at center. Isaiah Jackson is a fine center when he was 100% healthy, but coming off an injury, we'll see if he has a slow start. I could definitely see him being pushed by Jay Huff or Wiseman. Then you have the rookies Cam Jones and Talon Peter. I think the biggest, aside from Tyrese Halliburton, they lost Miles Turner in free agency to a rival of theirs. We're not going to name them right now. And that's also a huge loss because you lost your man in the middle and your man up front, your ball handler. That's a huge change from last year. You two important people that probably your number one and number maybe 3 best player. So that hurts. This team it's gonna take a hit. Don't get me wrong. This team will still compete and they still will probably make the playoffs because they have depth. They're a deep team. Andrew Nembhard is no one to fuck with. As we found out. Benedict Mathurin is a scoring machine. Nesmith is a pest and a shooter. And Siakam is arguably the best player in the fucking playoffs throughout. That man was amazing. But the holes at 1 and 5 really are very glaring. Juwan, talk to me. What do you think about the Indiana Pacers?
I hate them with all my heart.
Yeah, I mean, it's obvious. Yeah.
My stomach, like the pits of my stomach, I hate them. No, but in all seriousness, it's very confusing. Usually you don't have a team that goes to the finals, right? Loses their best player. Right. And then they say, I'll raise you one by trading our 3rd best player. And it's just like, well, that's a little confusing. Why would you allow that? Like, why would I didn't understand. Mainly because the thing that he did so well, I'll speak to the series against the Knicks. The thing that made the Pacers so difficult to score is that they can essentially score from all 5 positions, right? So it's the idea of you can't leave one man. Right. You can't leave one man to double anyone at any given point because their 5 can shoot very well. So it's the idea of they had the complete spacing, right? Complete spacing. Yeah. It was like now you kind of you don't you don't necessarily lose that, but you reduce it.
I mean, yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. I just didn't understand that, but I mean, I'm with you, man. I mean, Joe Budden had the great joke of they got a bunch of plumbers names in here, and that is still true. I do think they will very much compete and still be in the playoffs. And look, Jason Tatum said he's coming back this season, so maybe Tyrese can do whatever Tatum's doing, and maybe he can get back too.
Jason Tatum's also lying.
I mean, he said he's dunking and stuff. I don't know. Look, I don't know. We know this.
Very confident.
Guys tear ACLs, and it's like an elbow tear now. Guys come right back from it. So I'm like, I don't know. Maybe he found something. Maybe he found Kobe's doctor in Germany. I don't know. I'm just saying that's what he said. I'm just taking a man at his word. But yeah, I mean, they'll definitely compete, but I just didn't understand losing Turner. I just didn't understand where the common sense is.
And he ended up leaving them for their rivals in the same division. That's what's crazy. Like, ouch! Like, how disrespected did he feel that he felt the need to go? We'll get there. Prime. What do you think about it?
It's very, very interesting to watch this team, man. With all the losses for various reasons here. Interesting thing to me is Andrew Nembhard. You mentioned, we saw him get busy in the playoffs. Hopefully that carries over for him. Wasn't quite that guy for a lot of reasons during the regular season, but then when the playoff time hit, he started doing this thing. For this team to be competitive, one, they definitely got to decide who the center is. I agree with you. Isaiah Jackson is probably that guy. The one problem you're going to run into with Jackson is he has a tendency to get in foul trouble. Right?
Yeah.
When he can't control himself, sometimes he'll pick up. He's one of those guys who'll pick up 2 fouls in 2 minutes. I mean, pretty quickly. But when he's not, getting in foul trouble, he's fine. Jay Huff is going to bring him plenty of outside shooting.
Yeah.
But between the two of them, neither one of them are the greatest of rebounders. But I don't know that Miles Turner was the greatest rebounder either. He just gave you a little bit more.
Yeah.
He was a better player than both of these guys, obviously. But
obviously, yes.
Yeah, but still, you're not going to get any rebounding from much rebounding from either one of these guys. Definitely not Jay Huff. He can knock it down. No, I'll say he'll pull you away from the basket. He can shoot.
I like Jay Huff.
Yeah. So I mean, for what they do, it'll be perfect. I also think Benedict Mathurin is the key. Just under 20. I think he was like 16, 17 points a game last year. They find a way to raise his level, and we're talking about a guy that's giving them maybe for say he goes up 6 to 8 points a game. And I think it's very doable. I mean, we've seen what this guy can do, and he seems to be hungry. And now that he's going to get extended playing time, if this guy finds a way to get into those 20s, man, that 22 to 23, 24, it's going to make this team, a whole lot better. It's going to carry them a long way into this, see where they fall out in this whole playoff thing. But I still think this team can make the playoffs.
For sure. At the very least, play in. Yeah,
at least the play-in. They was 6 last year as they were constructed. So, and then you got look who the coach is, man. Say what you want to about Indiana, but I mean, when it comes to strategies, X's and O's, and through the players, he's one of the best, man. Like Rick Carlisle is that dude, man. So,
can't argue.
We'll see what this team does. Last year they got to their first playoffs. First finals in 25 years. Won't happen this year, but I think this team can be really competitive. And like I said, it doesn't help to have Rick Carlisle as a coach to help you with.
Don't hurt. Definitely don't hurt. Yeah. That's what we're looking at. I'm curious, Ditch, how do you feel about the Indiana Pacers? I know you
fuck them. That's how I feel about the Pacers. But
yes.
That's the energy I was looking for.
Yeah. Definitely don't care if they make the playoffs or not. We'll definitely love to see them fully implode. But I do think you guys are right that they are designed to still, I think at worst play-in is guaranteed, right? They were a deep enough team. I don't know the scope of McConnell's injury.
It's
So-
like I think it's just his hamstring or something.
Yeah.
Let me check.
Okay.
Let me check. I think I wrote it down.
So like that one, obviously the big injury is Halliburton, and again, I think Jason Tatum is lying. I don't think he's going to be back this year. I don't think Halliburton's going to be back this year, and it's going to be, well, what kind of team are they without him? I know you guys were saying that you guys felt like he was their best player. Pascal Siakam is their best player, and I think he showcased
like during Pascal Siakam played like their best player throughout those playoffs. In my opinion. But yes, overall Halliburton is the best player. I'd say yes.
He is a great point guard. Like, and I'm not even trying to take away that like, oh, he's not a great player. Like he is their leader on the team, but their best player is Pascal Siakam. I think they live and die with Pascal Siakam.
I won't fight that.
And
he carried them.
it is really, can he elevate the rest of them without them having their true point guard now?
Yeah,
I think that's really what it is.
Tell you what, I completely disagree with you, but guess what? This is the time to see. This is the time to see.
Yeah.
You lead them to the postseason, guess what? You're no longer Scottie Pippen, you're Michael Jordan. That's all I'm saying. So I won't argue it, but to me, Pascal Siakam's the car, Tyrese is the gas. You can't usually move that car without gas, right? So it's like, now it's time to see, can he be a full electric car? Can he just charge himself and keep that shit running? It's going to be interesting to see. I think he needs his running mate. I think they complement each other well. But I do think there's like a 1A to a 1B.
I also
like,
sort of a
felt that
unfair.
Tyrese went down.
I also think that's kind of an unfair comparison because Scottie Pippen needed Michael Jordan. Yes, but Michael Jordan clearly needed Scottie Pippen. Once again, we saw Jordan without Pippen. He didn't win until he got there. So it's an unfair comparison.
But wait, Didge, who's the greatest player of all time?
That's fair.
Oh, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
We're not finna put Halliburton on the level of that, though.
No, of course not. No.
Well, that's fair. That's why I don't argue it, because Pascal definitely has the numbers, definitely had the performances, but the heart and soul of this team is Tyrese Halliburton. He is the Pacers,
and that's fair. But that's not always your best player. The heart and soul of the Warriors is Draymond Green, and ain't nobody in this panel saying that Draymond Green is the best player on the Warriors.
Hey, hold on.
I think he's the second best player on the Warriors,
So
or third. I'm like,
hold on. Now. I wouldn't say Draymond's the heart and soul. I say Draymond's the loudest. I think
Draymond.
the heart and the soul of that team is their best player. I think it is Steph.
The way that they talk about Draymond.
Because they scared, Didge. Draymond, I'm trying to get punched in my face.
Both ain't trying to get punched.
No. Yeah, Draymond's the heart and soul. He might even be the best player. I ain't trying to get
the most intimidating of all of the rest of the team.
Yeah.
We call him Debo down in Golden State.
Right?
Oh boy. But yeah, I mean, whether you agree with that or not, Siakam's a fucking monster.
Yeah, for sure.
What a hell! That was a hell of a pickup when they got him. I'm like, motherfucker. Okay, let's move on. Indiana will still be somewhat of a force, at the very least, a playing team, in my opinion, without Halliburton. But they definitely took a hit. They took a hit this year. Oh my God, who is this team? All right, let's say they're from Wisconsin.
You should have put their purple. I know this is our official colors, but
you guys are this.
I am advocating full on this year that we need to go back to purple and green.
I will support you in all your advocations, but this is what y'all look like. This is your logo. I know you don't like circles.
We can keep the logo. I'm just saying change the cream to purple. I love the logo.
Okay, I like it too. Actually, it's very cool. All right, let's go over your projected starters and reserves and the rest. You have projected starters as of right now: Kevin Porter Jr., Gary Trent Jr., AJ Green, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Miles Turner. Just speaking of the Devil from Indiana, he moved over to Milwaukee this summer. leaving his team high and dry after a finals appearance. I'm not sure what the drama was there, but ouch, that has to hurt. Though I do like the pairing of Giannis and Miles. I think that is like a younger upgrade over what they had with Brook Lopez. So I mean, they have other issues. I don't think Miles Turner is not one of them. The reserves returning. Bobby Portis has returned. Nice 6 man of the year candidate every year. Kyle Kuzma, another gem. I know I know Milwaukee loves him to the point where they benched him. Torian Prince, Andre Jackson Jr., Jericho Sims, friend of ours from New York. Ryan Rollins, who actually looks pretty good there in preseason. Tyler Smith, I'm not sure he's long for that roster. And Pete Nance on a 2-way. And you have new additions. Cole Anthony, who decided to go to Milwaukee when they eventually I think they bought him out, is what happened. Amir,
Yeah.
I believe that's what happened, yeah, Memphis. Amir Coffey, I liked him in LA when he was with the Clippers. I thought it was a nice pickup. Gary Harris, who's already injured just in time for the start of the season. Thanasis Antetokounmpo has returned. Thanasti returns to Milwaukee. I did not see this coming.
Locker room guy.
Yeah, absolutely. Number 1 cheerleader on the team. And you got Mark Sears, the rookie. Nice 2-way pickup. I think I had a good college career. And then another Antetokounmpo made the roster. It's almost like they're desperate. No,
not too much.
It's fair enough. We'll get into it. So the Bucks have decided to walk away from Damian Lillard during the summer. That was probably the craziest thing that happened the whole summer. I was like, what the fuck is this? They bought him out.
Yeah.
Let him walk so they can make room to sign Miles Turner, which wasn't a bad move. But the Damian Lillard thing, I just never seen anything like that. So much
for the second year in a row. I was literally flabbergasted by something that happened.
It's amazing. You guys are amazing in that regard. I just did not see that coming. And now he's back in Portland because we discussed that a couple weeks ago. So go back and watch our discussion about Dame back in Portland. He won't be playing this year. No spoiler.
He rapping. You saw he was on the track this week.
That's right. But this is Milwaukee was forced to make a move because obviously Giannis may have decided, I may not want to be here if you don't figure something out. And they figured something out for the nice Band-Aid for the time being. And overall, they're not the best looking roster, but I think this will do, at least for now. I do like Kevin Porter Jr. I don't think Gary Trent Jr. had a great year last year. I do like Gary Trent Jr. AJ Green, I don't like him at small forward, but you know what? He can fucking shoot. And that's what you need.
He just got a contract extension.
He just got a contract extension today, I believe. So
yeah,
he got paid to be that shooter with Trent Jr., another shooter, and Porter Jr., who at the very least is a good slasher, a good size point guard. He's about 6'3", 6'4". He's a good size. He played point guard in Houston for a while. I think all year, 1 year, next to Green. So he can do it. This is the second time he'll have the opportunity. He played for them last year. And then obviously Giannis is a superstar, best power forward in the league. And Turner, I think, is a very good compliment. Who's another stretch 5 that can block shots and then have to worry about rebounding as much because Giannis he'll eat them all up. So they complement each other well. And I think the bench isn't if Kyle Kuzma is not ass, the bench isn't bad. Because Bobby Portis is good. Prince is not a bad bench piece. I actually thought Ryan Rollins played well. At least looks like he can play well off the bench. Cole Anthony is not a bad offensive option off the bench either. I like Amir Coffey. Even Gary Harris, if you can fit him in when he's not hurt, he's not that bad. And then my biggest issue is is it enough? And to me, it's not enough. They're still probably going to end up being a playoff team for sure. But is this enough to get past? I can't say the Pacers because they'll probably enough to get the best this year's Pacers. But last year's Pacers, I don't know. Or some of the top teams in the East, I don't know. I'm not sure. They might. I'm going to need more. I'm going to need to see more. And if they can, don't get me wrong, if Kuzma can play his way out of the city, I'm sure they'll be happy because they could definitely use some of that cap space for something better. But that's what they got. If Kuzma's not bad, and the Kuzma from a couple of years ago, that's not a bad piece to have on the bench, honestly.
It's not.
He just hasn't been playing up to par, for sure. I understand the frustration. But here we are. Didge, talk to me about your goddamn Milwaukee Bucks.
Oh boy, where to start? So, let's start with Kyle Kuzma. If I can get him to play like it's 2023 again, and he can pull, what was he playing in Washington? What was he getting 23 a game? I think probably 5 or 6 rebounds. If I can get him to do proportion of that off the bench, I'm happy. Like, he's out of my starting lineup. That was the first thing I wanted. Like, I don't need him in my starting lineup getting starters minutes. So
Gotcha.
I am happy with that.
I'm happy for you.
Yes, I appreciate it. I love the fact that we were able to get Miles Turner because I think that he can do everything that we, like you said, that Brooke was able to do for us last year. But on the defensive end, he won't be a human turnstile. Brooke Lopez was out there moving like he was a traffic cone on defense. So I'm happy that we can get there. Like we got younger there. AJ Green, I am really high on. I'm so glad that we got the deal for him now because I think he's poised to have a really good year. And if we waited till the end of the season, that number was going to go up crazy. So I'm really glad that we got that done now. Obviously, I love the move of Porter and Trent, just keeping them around, doing all of that. I do think that we need to make one more move.
Yeah.
I don't know what that move would be.
Me neither.
But I'm hoping Kyle Kuzma sort of balls out at the beginning of the year, so that way come around the deadline, we can start trying to package him for some trades. Because I do think that we need one more piece that's sort of more solidified,
right?
To say that yes, we are able to be a contender. Like I think our biggest thing is, can we, like, obviously we've had a rash of bad luck that's sort of taken us out of the first round, taking us out in the first round the past few years.
Injuries.
Yeah, it's pretty much been injuries. I mean, Giannis missed, was it last year he missed? No, the year before he missed the entire first round.
Yeah.
I think he played like a game in it or something.
Yeah.
But he missed that one.
Yeah, some shit.
And then last year, obviously, Dame got hurt. Giannis was hurt throughout of it. He might have played like spurts in it, but it's like, it feels almost like we sold our soul to the NBA gods in 2021 to get that ring. And now we're sort of, now it's sort of pay is coming to due. But I think that this is a team that can compete. It depends on what Doc is doing as a coach, and that's always worse. That's always worrisome. But if he can muster up those championship pedigree that we know Doc has had at one point in time, I do think that he can get the best out of this roster, especially in the East that's kind of a little bit more wide open because of injuries and just questions for a lot of the other contenders.
Fair enough. I mean, you got the Antetokounmpos together. That's step one. You know,
I mean, look, a happy Giannis is a great Giannis, and him not only having one brother but having both of his brothers there.
Happy Giannis, happy life.
Right. Hopefully, having the whole fam together, he'll play loose and free.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have his brothers there and on the team. That's cool. I respect that. I know Thanasis didn't play last year because I think he was hurt.
Alex might be a young star. Like, what if he come in and go crazy?
Never know. I mean, if they're anything like their brother, we know now they're not. But
hey, not too much. Alex is young.
Alex is young. Yeah, he's still
Giannis had to develop too. Alex is young.
And if you can get him to do anything, that's a fucking notch in your head right there, and it's not a waste, of a spot for guys that you could bring in that could actually be useful. So good. I hope it does work out, because Alex, like you said, he is young, and I definitely could see him doing something, but it's still early. We'll see.
Yeah.
Prime, what do you think about the Milwaukee Bucks?
It's gonna be fun to watch. You're losing a player like Dame, certified bucket, and now that backcourt, you're sitting there with Kevin Porter and Gary Trent Jr. who's looking to bounce back. Not a lot of, are you going to be asking them to score a lot more than they've been scoring on these previous seasons, of course. But looking at it, when we get in the post, there's going to be some shot blocking there. We know Giannis is one of the better defenders. Miles Turner, say what you want about Miles Turner defensively. He can block some shots. He's going to give you a couple of games. So they'll be tough down in the post. Watching what happens with Kyle Kuzma and maybe another player or two on there is going to be something to watch. very important that they signed the OG Bobby Portis back.
Mhm.
I thought, especially when there was some talks of him ending up elsewhere. Not only at the trade deadline initially, but then of course after right when the season was over. You guys know where the OG comes from?
The actual OG,
like for Bobby Portis or just OG in general?
For Bobby Portis.
Oh, I do not know actually for him.
Is that when he was in Chicago? I don't know.
I don't know this to be true. I just know how a lot of people say it and portray it. But there's a old early '90s movie called South Central, and one of the main characters in it was Bobby Johnson, OG Bobby Johnson.
Yeah, I didn't know he was taking the name off of that though.
That's just the way I took it, and I've seen some things. I was watching one of you guys' games one time this past season, and was it the season before? Anyway, I know it was a guy in the crowd, and one of the signs he had it was like a meme, it was a playoff for OG Bobby Johnson that had Portis in there.
Oh, that's great.
So
that's funny.
That's what I've always thought about. But anyway, it's just going to be a very interesting team to watch. I do like Cole Anthony, though, probably a lot more than a lot of people. Cole Anthony, you're not asking a lot out of a guy who can actually, come in there in the minutes you give him and be solid in just about all the aspects of the game. If you need a game where you need Cole Anthony to come in and give you 10 points, he can give you 10 points. If it's a game that you needed to come in, and that might be that 14 to 16 point night out there, Cole Anthony can do that. He's a guy that he's able to guard a little bit better than people give him credit for. Gary Harris is definitely interested. They can keep him healthy. He's had some over the course of his NBA career. He's had some times in there where he's had some trouble staying healthy. Not always serious, but he's had some issues.
They said he's out about a week or two.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you think about I'll throw it back again when I see that the three brothers are all there now, even though one of them's on the two-way. Think about the old '80s Houdini. The freaks come out at night. I mean, those nights in Milwaukee, especially if there's a chance that Alex is on that bench at any time, whatever, could be fun depending on, how the game is going, if the guys actually can get in the game. So, But Milwaukee is a very interesting team. I know they've got their eyes on a couple of things that could happen. I just know that no matter how this season turns out for them, Giannis better feel good about Doc, and he better feel good about where this organization is going. So I think it's very key that they play well because, what we're hearing now that he's from his camp that he's actually not really may not be as committed as people think. He's kind of just playing it to see how things go. I think he may prefer to be in Milwaukee, but you're hearing some things now. You're starting to hear a lot of things now come out of some reliable sources that he may be open to listen and maybe go and ask for some things. And, just about whether or not they can. I know you ain't trying to hear that, but, people that I listen to are NBA guys. Okay. These are NBA guys on some of the podcasts that I listen to almost, weekly or daily, and it's come from more than one source. It's just something to watch. I think this team has to they got to play well. They got to show a lot of positives.
Yeah.
And getting out of the first round this year, if at all possible, it definitely go a long way. If we can make it to, if we can make it past the trade deadline.
Yeah. I think they're the possibility that they'll at least make the season. And if they can have an impressive season, then that's good on them. Helps that they signed his brothers. Juwan, talk to me about.
Hey man, I'm here for Didge. I'm here to support Didge. Milwaukee Bucks look good. Kyle Kuzma is real good. Nah, man, because come on, man. That just put me in a crazy spot, man. I want Didge to be happy. But I also want me to be happy, and the only way to be truly happy is for Didge to be unhappy. So I just
look good, though.
So for me,
he don't look that orange and blue ain't his colors.
I don't know. He seems
Now,
to think so.
all jokes aside, I will say, Prime, you're one of the nicest guys ever, but you said one of the meanest things a few minutes ago.
What I do?
You said one of the things is depending on Doc, and that was real mean. Because if anything is depending on Doc,
My heart dropped there.
Other than Milwaukee.
my heart definitely dropped when you said that. I was
look, Didge. This has nothing to do with the Milwaukee Bucks. I'm gonna take that completely out of this conversation. If there's any head coach that could fuck up a season where the Eastern Conference is really only 5 or 6 good teams, it'd be Doc Rivers. It would be Doc Rivers. So it's like,
no, trust me, I get it.
You said that, bro. I'm like, damn, dog.
In a perfect world, Doc Rivers would not be our coach right now.
Right.
And trust me, I would have said I wish we had a different coach, but I know that is completely non-conducive to keeping Giannis right now.
Oh no, not
because you can't say we're starting a whole new coach, we're starting a whole new regime, and say well, we're still in line to compete. So I can't utter those words.
You get it.
I'm just saying, Prime didn't have to say that. He could have maybe like just omitted that part.
I will say by benching Kyle Kuzma, that's a good start.
I'm not convinced that Doc was the one who came up with that idea. I'm just throwing that out there.
That might Giannis might have walked into the gym and said, no. You
right.
No, bench.
This is not working. No.
It's not happening. Sorry. No. Look, I'll say this, Didge. Anytime brothers get signed onto a roster, it's clear why. Prime, Joel, we remember when we re-signed J.R. Smith and somehow Chris Smith became an addition to our roster, wasting a whole ass spot, never playing. But it kept us J.R. Smith, so we knew what was up. But no, all jokes aside, I do. My only concern for you, Ditch, is I've never been the biggest Kevin Porter Jr. fan. But outside of that, it's a really good starting five that's going to be as competitive as any other starting five in the Eastern Conference. And if there's any other time to try to impress Giannis, it would be in a season where a lot of the Eastern Conference is hobbled, right? It's like this would be the time to at least make a second round. That way Giannis can go, okay, maybe like a little tweak here, tweak there. We can maybe go even further next year, right? So it's like, I feel like if you make the second round and he still wants out, he just wanted to go. You know what I'm saying? It was nothing you could really do outside of winning a championship that would have kept him.
At that point, you got to make peace with it.
Yeah,
no, look, we got.
You know,
let me see. What kind of draft capital do we got? Oh, not a lot. Damn.
What to say? Well,
you do have draft capital. It's called Giannis Antetokounmpo.
No, I'm talking about to get us another player to complement. I really do want us to make at least some type of. I don't know.
You know who I did want you guys to go after, Didge, but I guess it just wasn't going to work. Obviously, he didn't want to come. He wanted to stay out in L.A., apparently, out in that area. But I always thought putting someone like Chris Paul on this team would have been really good.
I thought
it wouldn't
so,
have
too.
hurt. It wouldn't have hurt at all. I mean, yeah, you know, like when Chris Paul decided to go team up with the other really tall guy.
Yeah,
that's the wrong tall guy, Chris. Should have went with Giannis. Like that would have been really dope.
Yeah, I get you.
Especially if he was coming off the bench. That way, when Dame got hurt, Chris Paul comes in for the postseason, starts. You wouldn't have been any worse off than you were in the postseason when Dame went down with Chris Paul than you were without him. I don't know. Like I asked Joel this, Didge, and he couldn't answer it, so I'm going to ask you. Yes, we all agree you guys need whatever that special piece is to help this team. My only issue is, Didge, I don't really think you have all that much maneuverability. Like, what can you give away to get something valuable back?
As of right now, that it's not a lot. That's why I'm looking at deadline deals, and I'm banking that we can get Kyle Kuzma to fool somebody Like if we can get
Like
Kyle
Milwaukee
Kuzma,
did.
I don't know how. I think we just wanted to unload that Middleton contract. To be honest, like
I
Well,
guess,
at this point, you should have kept it. I mean, at this
yeah,
no,
honestly,
he wasn't doing us no favors because he was consistently hurt. So it was.
yeah.
It was that like at the very least, Kyle Kuzma's out there being trash, but he's out there. Middleton was just
Kyle Kuzma's almost doing healthy what Middleton was doing hurt, which is essentially nothing.
no. He's at least getting us like 5 or 6 points.
I mean, we could go out there and get them 5 or 6 points.
But I mean,
money to be getting you 5 or 6 points. No, but I will say this, Didge. I think the trade market might have to be something you take out of your mental rotation. I think what you might have to look more so to is those cuts, those veteran cuts they usually around that time. Yeah, that's the phrase, buyout. Sorry, those buyouts are what's really going to help you. But then it begs the question: can you guys keep yourselves in the top 5 till you get to that point? Because what you don't want to do is be a team that's hovering. You know what I'm saying? Is because if those buyouts don't always hit. You know what I'm saying?
That is also. I wouldn't like. I know we talked about that Detroit has them on their radar, but if everything goes well with Malik Beasley, we can outbid Detroit. We got more money out there in order to do that. I would bring him back. He played well for us when he was here.
Okay, I mean, can you offer more money than Detroit?
Yeah, we have more cap space.
Oh wait, so you guys have money?
Yeah, we have money. It's
So wait a minute, hold on.
Assets.
You guys have money, but nobody wanted to come play with Giannis.
I don't know.
They don't have. I mean, well, how much money?
I mean,
to be fair, big money.
Yeah, I'm saying we didn't have max deal money. And
no. I'm not talking that. I'm saying usually with a player of Giannis's stature, guys will start saying things like, "Yo, give me vet men. I want to come play with Giannis." And I'm saying no one were there any conversations during the free agency period where like a guy that you're like, he's not like a max guy, but he's a guy that I think could help us out draft? I mean, obviously other than Turner.
I think they put a lot of their stock into Turner.
Got you. Okay, got you. I mean, look, it weakened your division while also helping you guys. That's never a bad thing. Shout out to the Brooklyn Nets. So that's never a bad thing when you do that. So I can completely understand that. But look, Miles Turner is not a bad guy to put a lot of eggs in a basket of. It's just a matter of can everything else kind of just form around it for it to really bring out the best of it. And I mean, look, I hope so, Didge. Like, I really do, man. That's not even me trying to be funny. I really do hope that this team can be top 4, top 5. Giannis stays there. Giannis retires there. I really do. For you. I mean, that's not what I really feel in my heart.
No, I know what you're saying.
I really do hope that. Because, look, I remember when we lost Melo. That shit hurt. I still hate it to this day. So I'm like, I don't wish that on anyone. But, I mean, if it does make my Knicks team better, I will use all 3 of my wishes on that one thing.
No, I get you. I get you.
But, yeah, I mean, you guys have as good a chance being completely competitive in this East as anyone else. So, I mean, you got Giannis. So, it's a great head start.
Yeah.
5 out squad with 4 with Giannis. That's not bad.
I mean, honestly, Joel, the crazy part is last year you could have made an argument for MVP talks for Giannis. So I'm like, I mean, he's still that caliber.
Every year with Giannis. MVP talk.
You're ahead of the curve when you have a generational talent like that. So,
and I will say, like this preseason, we granted it's preseason, we played really well. Our only loss was against the Oklahoma City Thunder, and we looked decent in that game. So it's not like if we're taking that as a barometer of how we would play going into the season, we look like we should be really, really competitive. It's just, can we all put it together at the right moment as we're going into the season?
Right.
Yeah, I don't know what I just heard. It sounded like a scene out of.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, is somebody all right?
I didn't know.
No, I forgot. Look, I forgot I had my window up in here. I live close to a fire.
Ambulance? Sound like ambulance.
Oh, I mean, my window's open too. We just always get lucky because there will be times where you'll hear alarms going off and stuff like that. So I fully understand.
Exactly like a scene out of Jumanji, but no. I did see that OKC game. That one play where Giannis completely locked up Shea. I'm like, that's the Giannis that if he comes out like that, that sets the tone for the team, and that should put you guys in a really good space going forward. Because I'm like, when Giannis is saying, "Hey, best player, come here, lockdown time," that should put you guys in a really great place.
That is exactly what I'm thinking. And luckily, our first game is against the Wizards, so it's like it's basically a 5th preseason game.
Oh hell nah! They not about to softball y'all season, so Giannis stay. Hold on 1 second now. When that schedule start getting harder around trade deadline?
That'd be crazy.
Have y'all go on a 15-game losing streak right around trade deadline?
I did. ESPN has Giannis ranked 4th in the top 100 going into the season.
I'm sorry, hold on. I know who number 1 is. I know who number 2 is. Who's number 3?
All right, you want to take a guess?
I know who number 1 is. Number 1 has to be the man that just won the chip.
It might be Jokic number 1, to be honest. That's what it's like. 1 and 2 are Jokic and Shea, of course.
Right. That you were correct. 1 and 2 are Jokic and Shea.
In that order?
In that order.
I figured. Okay.
Jokic is number 1. What?
Jokic's number 1.
Is he?
Yeah.
No, I'm
is number 3 Luka?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Actually, that's fair. Actually, I can understand that.
No, I see the narrative Adam Silver is pulling for here. I don't like it, but I'm not good. Okay.
Luka looked really good last year. Luka was
Every year.
I mean, yeah, obviously, but I'm just saying last year specifically.
Yeah.
I see what he's trying to do. He's definitely 1,000% trying to make sure he's expanding the global when it comes to the NBA. Because there's no way you're telling me Jokic is number 1 over the man that just won the championship. I don't know why that.
I mean, that would still be global. He's not American.
The top 5 players.
Hannah's like a cousin.
Okay.
The top 5 players, according to the ESPN top 5. Oh, top 100. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's ESPN's.
Yes, it's ESPN.
I was talking with ESPN like 10 years ago. Okay, never mind.
I think Bleacher has a very similar top 5. Read the ESPN top 5.
So the top 5, none of them are American. None of them. Like top 5 players. You have Jokic, you got Shea, you got Luka, Giannis, and Wemby. Those are your top 5.
Wemby is at 5?
At 5.
Okay, no. Okay, Bleacher Reports is a little different. They do have Bleacher Reports one is Jokic, Shea. They have Giannis at 3, Luka at 4. Guess who their top 5 is though?
Jalen Brunson, if God's good.
Oh no,
Bron.
I'm sorry. No, Steph Curry.
I was gonna say
Steph
that.
Curry.
Yeah.
Bron
is 8. Ant is 7. Wemby is 6.
Okay, they have Ant at 6.
Tatum. So Bleacher Report took out anybody who's not slated to play this year.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Same thing on ESPN. There's no Tatum. There's no Halliburton.
Yeah. Tatum's out. Halliburton's out. Van Vliet's out.
5.
Because the idea is these are the top 100 players who are
going into
to
the season. They're not playing.
Yeah,
that makes sense to do that, though. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So I'm curious where they would have put those though. Like they should have had that in like a hey, if they were playing, this is where we think they would have went.
Wait, who was number 5?
In the Bleacher Report one?
Yeah.
Steph
Curry, yeah.
What the what?
So LeBron is 8. So 6 and 7 with who?
Wemby and Anthony Edwards. So
What?
they have Bleacher Report also has a highest and lowest ranks. They must have had like multiple people do this. The highest for Bron was 4, and then somebody ranked Bron 12.
Damn.
Hey, God.
Bron here in ESPN.
This
Bron
respect.
is LeBron is eighth.
Is Brunson in that top 10?
Let me see. Where was I?
He is in the top 10 in the ESPN.
He is in the top 10 in Bleacher Report. Where's he at on ESPN?
He's 10.
He is 10.
That's some bullshit.
His lowest rank, somebody had him at 15. They don't necessarily say who's the high, like who does the rankings. They just say highest rank and lowest rank.
All right, good night, y'all.
Dang.
That's
Let me
crazy
see.
talk, man. I don't know.
Yeah. We got the top 10 for the top 100. Jokic, Shea, Luka, Giannis, Wemby, Ant, Steph, Bron, KD, JB, and J-Dub. Oh, wait, J-Dub's 11. Sorry. So JB is 10. There you go.
Interesting.
I'm just saying.
KD did not make the top 10 in Bleacher Report. He's 11.
Wow.
Interesting.
Number 9 is Donovan Mitchell.
Steph,
Mitchell.
KD, and Bron making it is just like Mahomes being in the MVP conversation. It's like it's
I mean,
just
they still put up the numbers.
Yeah, I was gonna say Bron for sure should be still in the top 10.
Yeah, KD, Bron, they still put up the numbers.
Bron is putting up like 25, 8, and 8.
Did nah, man. Nah.
What do you mean? No,
Results have to sometimes matter. Results have to.
They were the number 3 team in the West.
Where'd they go, Didge?
It doesn't matter. You're talking about Donovan Mitchell's in the top 10. They didn't go far either.
No, and I'm saying that's how it should be mapped out. That's how it should be mapped out.
Wemby made the top 5, and look at
I'm saying his team didn't make the playoffs.
I'm saying that's problematic. That's my point. I think that's problematic. I think if you're going off of what they did last year, not their careers, just what off they did last year, the whole season should matter. The whole season.
It doesn't.
That's all I'm saying. That's all. Shea not being number 1 doesn't sound crazy to y'all.
Jokic averaged a triple-double last year, fam.
Shea just won the championship. Why does that matter?
It does, but averaging a triple-double is crazy.
Man, I tell you what.
Yeah, I agree with you. No, yeah.
I do not believe in my heart of hearts that back in the 90s, if someone averaged a quadruple double, nobody was going number 1 over Michael Jeffrey Jordan ever.
If someone
results mattered.
If Hakeem was putting up a triple-double, he was for sure going to be number 1.
Didge, Hakeem could have been playing blind. Michael Jeffrey Jordan is numero uno because results mattered. That's crazy.
Forget that guy.
To me, I think it sets a low bar because it essentially just says, hey, you just won a championship, but you're not even the best player. And it's like, but doesn't winning mean that because like, remember, we were crowning Giannis as the best player in the NBA when he won that championship.
He also won Defensive Player of the Year, MVP, All-Star Game MVP that year. Like,
no, I'm saying he deserved it. He deserves to be lauded as the. And then only a year later, it's just Jokic. That's crazy.
Every year it's Jokic.
That's what I'm saying. We didn't even do that for Shaq. Is Jokic better than Shaq?
I'm sorry. We're not going to act like averaging a triple-double isn't crazy.
No one's arguing that. But when Russ did that, we didn't say he's the best player in the NBA.
He got MVP
that year. He did, yeah.
No. Listen to what I'm saying. He did win Most Valuable Player. But even then, they said he wasn't the best player in the NBA, They were still saying the LeBrons, the Currys, the Durants. It was never number 1 as Russ.
Let me see if I could find that NBA ranking by year. I don't know if they were doing top 100s back then.
Because I'm like, to me,
LeBron was always 1 until like the last couple of years.
Yeah,
so I'm like, it's just I don't get what they're gauging, and maybe I shouldn't be this upset because it doesn't matter. But it's just like winning should matter, and I swear we sometimes act like it's just like, yeah, but you're not the best player. It's like, but I achieved the ultimate goal. How am I not the best player? And Shea won MVP, did he not?
He did.
So to go to your point, how does that not matter?
I mean,
I don't know, man. Look, beware. Whoever wins the championship this year, it's Jokic's league until he dies. Not even when he retires.
Unless it's not a triple double. It's another triple double. And deep playoff run, it's his again.
Average it every year, so it's just like
if he averages it again, it's another deep playoff run. It's his, like automatically, unless someone else can match it.
That's ridiculous, man. That's low bar. That's low bar.
I'm just saying, 30 points a game, 13 rebounds, almost 11 assists. It's crazy.
It's a what round did he get bounced out in?
Second, right?
Yeah. I think they took it to 7 too, right?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Okay. All right.
This is, by the way, this is his first triple-double season.
Nice.
That's even worse.
Is it? That means he took a step up from greatness.
No. You said this is his first triple-double season, right?
Yeah. So that means he took a step up from his already being
Let me ask you this. What made him the best player last year?
Averaging the triple-double?
Almost averaging a triple-double.
Okay, but not averaging it, almost averaging it.
I mean, it was 9 assists, and he added an assist to his game.
Hey, if you're saying averaging the triple-double is what's special, almost don't count.
Yeah. I mean, not to say that he's not great, because that's not what we're saying.
No one's arguing that. I'm saying the best player in the. If you tell me he's number 2, have a blast. Number 1 is what bothers me over the man that just won MVP, Finals MVP, and a championship.
And honestly, Shea probably should have won MVP the year before. So
that's an argument to be had. That's all I'm saying. Is that you start to set a real low ass. That's how you think is how Patrick Mahomes keeps getting in MVP conversations, regardless. Regardless. He just wakes up and it's just like, yeah, Pat is still top 2. Like, based off what? He's top 2. He's special. Like, all right.
No, because Pat Mahomes isn't out here playing like what Jokic did last year.
That's even worse, Didge. That's even worse.
No, I think your comparison is just wrong.
I'm not sure.
I'm saying that's the only thing to football is that his name is always going to be in there, no matter what he does or he doesn't do. Regardless of what Jokic does or does not do, they are going to have him in that top 3 conversation.
I feel like
forever.
if he doesn't do amazing again, because you're acting like he didn't do amazing. Like you're acting like that's not an arguable thing.
I'm not, Didge. I promise you, I'm not. I'm just saying MVP because you told me Russ that year should have been looked at as the best player because he won MVP.
And they didn't. I can't even find last year's rankings, so I definitely can't go back that far.
I'm not holding you to that. I'm just holding you to. You said Russ won MVP, so he should be looked at as best player in the league. I'm saying Shea won MVP, Finals MVP, and a championship, and he's number 2. I just think that's crazy. That's all I'm saying. Just by your standards, I think that's crazy.
Not the best player in the league.
You said what, Joel?
I said Eli did that too. That didn't make him the best player.
Eli wasn't the MVP.
He was the MVP of the finals of the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he was, but he was not. Yeah. First of all, time out, Joel. No one at any point in that season was saying Eli was.
No, not at all. That's what I'm saying. Like, just if you're MVP of the Super Bowl.
He was the best basketball player because he was showing it by winning the MVP.
Yeah, I'm not arguing against him being 1. He should definitely be 1.
That's all I was saying. That's all I was saying. That was it. That's all I was saying.
I just don't necessarily think it's crazy to say that he's not. Like, you're acting
it's
like
not
it's
as
a crime.
Crazy as he definitely makes it sound, but
Juwan is acting like it's the crime against basketball.
I think he's just upset that it's like every year.
Which
no matter what happens.
I can understand that, but Juwan is acting like they put Bobby Portis as the best player in the league. No, Bobby Portis is my guy, but I'd be out here saying the same stuff Juwan is saying.
I think it's offensive because they keep saying he's numero uno, right? And he has not won a championship in what, 4 years?
2 years.
We just talked about LeBron was called number 1 until what, 3 years ago?
Time out. What he was doing was ungodly. Leading all those teams to the finals year after year after
Did he win all of them?
Year.
Ain't that the thing that you just said? Did he win all of them?
Okay,
no.
but hold on. What I'm saying is the degree of difficulty. Getting a individual stat as opposed to uplifting ass booty cheeks in the air like it's Magic City to a NBA Finals 10 straight years did. That's unheard of. That's unheard of. We've seen 8 players in the history of the NBA average a triple-double. He ain't the first. He ain't the first.
We've seen 3.
That's all I'm saying.
How did you get 8?
3, fine, 3. But he ain't first.
No,
That's a way bigger difference.
He almost tripled the joint, right?
Right.
He ain't the first. Is my point. I don't remember. Outside of Bill Russell, I remember the last guy that led. That was the leading force of a team going to the finals 10 straight years.
Yeah,
It's an amazing stat. I'll give you that. I'm just saying he didn't win all of those. That's all.
If he only won 3 out of those 10, that's still unheard.
In those 10, how many MVPs did he get?
4.
Yeah, he only had 4.
That's crazy.
See?
I mean,
see? That's all I'm saying. Shaq got 1, bitch. Shaq got 1. Steve Nash got 2. It's a fucked up league we living in, Didge. It's a fucked up league.
no.
I mean, I'm not arguing that part.
It's all right. It's all right.
Wow.
It's fine. It's fine, Didge. It's fine. I'm gonna be watching every goddamn Jokic game this season. I tell you that.
Okay.
He better start making shots with one hand tied behind his back. That's the type of shit I want.
Sometimes he does. Just one hand.
That's what I want. I want to see him ride his horse into the game. Play.
Look, if the NBA would allow him, I'm sure he would love to do that.
Hell yeah, I want to see that type of wild shit so I can go, you know what? I ain't never seen some shit like that before. Give him number 1. I ain't never seen that before. Average a damn triple-double. All right.
I can't believe you,
for someone
just disregarded that.
He's just, and he's not he's not athletic at all, right? And he's just, it's crazy how he could do all that, being the most average looking person at best.
Exactly.
You know, he doesn't. Not that his body's normal. He drinks, he smokes, or whatever. He just likes to fucking watch horses run. Like
Come on.
It's the most lax thing. This guy just is good at. He's just naturally gifted at basketball. It's like a savant. It's weird.
All right, that's all I got, man. My rant's over.
I didn't.
Any other questions based on the top 100 did you want to go over?
No.
There's 100 of them here. So
I'll never be able to make an argument for Brunson being higher. So
10 is good though. Top 10, shit. Considering the names, not bad. And you said he was what in Bleacher Report?
10.
10. Oh, he was 10. Good
Yeah,
shit.
somebody Bleacher Report. Yeah, Bleacher Report does.
10 both.
They show. It looks like they do the average of whatever the high is and whatever the low is. Somebody had him at 15.
Oh, okay.
They don't necessarily specify who the people are.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I need you to find that out, Didge, and then send me names.
I could give you. All right, so it looks like there's 2 Bucks on the top 100, Giannis and Turner.
Yeah, that's the same for Bleacher Report. They have it by team at the end.
Oh, they do. I like when they do it, but I don't have it here by team. I might do that myself.
I could tell you, you guys have 6? No, 5. Sorry.
Oh, we got 6 of the ESPN.
Who's your 6?
Our starting 5 and Josh Hart.
Interesting.
With Mitch being the highest one. Yeah, because Mitch is 92 over here.
Mitch didn't make the Bleacher Report one.
The haters. I don't like Bleacher.
What do they have Josh Hart at on yours?
Josh is
Because he's the highest on this one.
It's impossible. How's he? 69.
Oh, same number.
The fuck. All right, so how's he the highest though? That makes no sense. I mean the low. You mean highest in terms of
like going up?
Yeah.
Highest number. Yeah.
I get it. I was definitely reading that wrong.
I read it the same way you did, Drew.
I
don't lie to you, dog.
I get.
I thought that's what you meant when you said Mitch was the highest on yours.
I got you. Yeah, maybe I just it didn't come out the same way when.
Okay, I was like, I was following your verbiage.
It sounded like hate when you said it. I'm
I
not.
see, like
it's
damn,
all about how
we're saying the same thing.
So Josh is not all right. So
How you
Josh,
said it.
yeah. So it's Mitch, Josh, I think OG. Let me see.
Oh, they got Mikal next on Bleacher Report.
Let me check. I don't. Where are you?
What team has the most? I'm assuming the
The
Thunder.
Knicks. At least here the Knicks do.
The Thunder got the most here. They got 6.
Oh well, here we got 6 too. OG is 41.
44 here.
Cat.
Cat
Cat is-
18.
Cat here is
18.
27th here.
Mm.
Jeez.
Ouch.
They must have
Bridges is 48.
they must have 101 players on this one because Paolo is apparently tied for 19.
What the hell? Paolo's 17 over here. So the Thunder, let me see how many Thunders
Who
they
is
got.
Paolo and Kawhi are tied at 19.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Kawhi is higher here. Kawhi is like Kawhi.
Dang, the Wizards
Oh,
the only
back.
team that ain't got no one.
Who's that?
The Wizards.
No, of course not. Kawhi Leonard is
Was
number
Chris Middleton
20.
on that team?
Yeah, he ain't
Top
no
100?
player.
Not anymore. Maybe at one
Not
point. he was.
anymore. Yeah.
Thunder have 1, 2. That's already 2. I swear to God, I saw. 3. Damn. Wow. Hold on, I'll tell you in a minute. So
Ooh,
3.
the Hawks got 5.
Really? I gotta like break these down.
Same
So
for the
what?
Cavs and the Nuggets. The team.
They got Alex Caruso on this damn list.
For real.
Yeah, he's on this one too.
Really? 53 over here. Lou Dort is on this list, obviously.
Yeah.
And Hartenstein, 56. Hartenstein. Oh, 5 of them. There's no way there's 6. Who they got 6 over there?
Let me go back to it. Caruso, Lou Dort, Hartenstein, Chet, Jalen Williams, and Shea.
Maybe it is 6. Hold on. I found it was Chet, it was Shea, J Dub,
Lou Dort.
Shea, J Dub. I got
It's Hartenstein. That's the only one you need to know. Is because you named the other 5 already.
It's got to be Hardenstein.
Hartenstein is on this list.
Then yeah, it is 6 because you named everybody else. Then
I did.
yeah, you said Caruso was on there. You said
Right,
Lou Dort.
Well, Caruso's not a starter.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, they got a starter and a bench
Well, they
player.
got 6. Oh,
Yeah.
so do we. Damn it. Damn, so they all in our list we have in the
Yeah.
ESPN list we have 6, and so do they apparently. and on we only have 5 in the Bleacher Report. So the Knicks. Interesting. I see where the hate comes from. It should probably be hating. I don't know. Okay, I think that's all. Those are the most right there? It wasn't so. You said 5 for the Hawks.
Yeah, 5 for the Hawks. 3 teams had 5. You guys, the Cavs and the Hawks, and then yeah, Cavs had 5 too.
Strus is on there.
Yeah.
I don't think Strus is on this.
Oh wait, no, it's not Strus. I'm sorry.
Who is
They
it?
only have 4. No, they have 5. DeAndre Hunter, Jared
Oh,
Allen,
See,
Garland, Mobley, and then Donovan Mitchell.
so Hunter is the 5th.
Yeah,
I don't know if Hunter's on here.
he's 98 to be fair. So
Oh, okay, yeah. Who's your 100?
let me go back to the top.
Kyle Kuzma.
That's crazy. Jacob Podol. Isn't that how you pronounce his last name? Jakob. Is it Jakob? Jakob Podol.
Yeah, Jakob Podol from Austria. 100 on the ESPN list is RJ Barrett.
Really?
Jakob Podol is on the list, but he's 93.
I don't know if RJ Barrett made this one.
RJ Barrett's number 100. Then Stephon Castle, Rookie of the Year, is 99.
Interesting. These I'm gonna send you guys a list for Bleacher Report. So you guys can look at the full thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Check
Walker Kessler's on this list. No wonder fucking Danny Ainge be asking for 2 firsts.
The price might have went up now.
Yeah, I think Alex Caruso surprised me the most. I'm like, oh, top 100? Crazy. I mean, I like Alex, but very one-dimensional.
Hey, I've never seen. They don't do this. They don't do a show like the NFL.
No, I never.
I just thought about that. We always see the NFL every year. The NFL's top 100 show.
Yeah, I ain't never seen
like,
NBA do a
I
show.
watch NBA TV. I've never seen it.
I've never seen it.
It's like
kind of
ESPN. Somebody put one together, like each year.
What about Cooper Flag? You got yours? He's on your list.
No, that's crazy.
He's top 50. He's 52.
That's crazy.
ESPN got the rookie Cooper Flag at number 52
already.
Hasn't played an official game
Oh
yet.
my God, he is 62.
Oh my God.
52, 62.
Yeah, he's 62 on this one. I didn't even look for his name because I was like, "There's no way."
Yeah, he's I think the only rookie. I think.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't see. I mean, it's 100.
Trying to think of who else would be.
Right.
Because they don't have.
They don't have Dylan Harper.
They don't have Quinn. Not Quinn.
I don't see Bailey. I don't think.
Yeah,
so.
Ace. That's what I was thinking. No, Ace Bailey.
No, the Jazz got Walker Kessler and Laurie Markkinen.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Keep forgetting. We just talked about it. I keep forgetting Markkinen is sitting on there.
He
need to bang the table. He need to get
Tobias Harris is on this list. No offense, Tobias.
That sounded like a lot of offense to Tobias Harris.
I mean,
because you're Brown.
13 points a game.
That's Daniels.
100 players is a lot in the NBA.
Yeah,
it is. No, think about it, and then you look at the list. You're like, damn, yo.
He is not on this list.
Who's that?
Tobias Harris.
No, he's on this list. Fuck. He's pretty high considering he's not on the other list. They really liked him, Tobias Harris at ESPN.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he's number 84 here.
Interesting.
Right?
84 to none.
84 to none. Someplace appreciate you a little bit.
Not at all.
I broke it down by position as well. So
yeah, they didn't do that.
I did. I broke it myself. They didn't do that. There's 43 of the top 100 are forwards. Yeah. And then you have 38 are guards. And then you have
when we started thinking about the players,
19 that are centers. 19 centers overall. Now, some of these forwards can probably be considered centers, but like they play forward a lot too. I don't think. Like I got AD on the forward list. I got Cat on the forward list. Adebayo, even though I think I could switch it. I don't know because they don't go by position over here. This is me guessing. You know, I could always move it over. We'll see. Because Bam has been playing at power forward. I mean, playing the center again. So I don't know. Maybe I'll put him back. We'll see. Be top 20. But anyway, I think we kept. We're still fucking live. All right, guys.
I thought we were just talking at this point.
We are really just throwing it out there. My bad. This went long. I lost track of time. Not gonna lie. My fault. That's my fault. We got the ESPN conversation threw us off. I mean, the top 100 conversation really fucked us. But that's it. Where can they find you? Because obviously Juwan's down, so we don't have to worry about him. So, Brian, where can they find you?
Find me at the SVP Sports Bar Podcast. That is on Facebook and on YouTube. Check it out. Sports talk is our thing, but hip hop, television, and movies are on the table. We are in the thick of the NFL right now. So most mornings at 11 a.m., that's where you can find me.
Holler.
Didge. You can find me at Didge D in all places. Check out Geeking on Tech on Fridays and the Geek Set podcast on Sundays.
what's up. That's what's up. And that'll be the end of the show. Finally, I'm sorry if you sat through this whole thing. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Next week we'll be talking the Atlantic Division, and the final week actually we'll probably end up having the show the day after some actual games. The Knicks Cavs game. There might be another game that night too. I forget. The season will have already started, but we'll have our last show next week. We'll talk about the Atlantic Division and those Knicks and others. And that should be some fun because now we finally get to the real good shit. No offense. Anyway, thanks for showing up. Thanks for listening. Come back and watch us again. We appreciate your eyes and your views and your thoughts. And please comment and repost and all that good stuff. So anyway, thank you. Bye-bye. Peace.